Fans, welcome back. It's already game number 2 of our doubleheader here this afternoon at Swain County High School. And this time our Lady Devils are going to lead off a bat. We're going to be the visiting team here in the second game of this doubleheader. And we're going to lead off with the same batter we led off with in game 1. And that's Carrie Jones, who is going to start things off offensively. And let's see if we can get things rocking and rolling offensively as she goes for a strike. Pitching here in game 2 for our visitors, the Lady Tigers of Rosman High School. As they line them up and get ready to go, is going to be Bree Cole, number 12, is going to be in the circle this time. There's a shot between first and second. Not good enough, though, as the second baseman comes on. That's Alicia Gwynn with a good play over at second base there to get the easy out number 1. And as one thing we won't have to fight here in the second game of the doubleheader is the sun. The sun is almost down behind the trees and the mountaintop over toward Hazel Creek. But we are going to have the lights on. The lights are already on here in game 2 of our doubleheader. And this is something that's going to be good for our Lady Devils if we get into a playoff situation and have a game under the lights. Our girls will have some under the lights experience, and if you've never played under the lights, believe me, it is totally different than playing in just plain old everyday sunshine. Pitch inside for a ball now from pitcher Bree Cole of Rosman. They're going to be the home team, and we are going to be the visiting team here in game number 2. So we hope the results are going to be better in game number 2. We had a tough one in game number 1, losing 16-7 there in game 1, and just had a tough time getting Rosman out here this afternoon defensively. We really struggled in a lot of areas, but hey, this is a new game. We're starting over. Let's see if we can get it done. There's a high pop. It's going to be foul out of play, and right behind the Rosman dugout, as a matter of fact. And again, we'd like to remind you this game is on live now with a particular camera angle, but after this game has been edited and posted on YouTube, we're going to be seeing 3 different camera angles when you watch it. Once it's on YouTube, it's been archived and edited. You're going to be seeing 3 cameras, one from right field, one from center field, one from behind the plate. There's a ground ball to shortstop on over to first, and that's going to be out number 2. As getting out 2 is going to be Sydney Call here for our Lady Devils here in game number 2. Grounder to the shortstop. So we've had a couple of ground balls. We're getting the bat on the ball. Taylor Schuler, who's going to be playing right field again here in game number 2, is sitting now with 2 out and nobody on. As Carey grounded to second, Sydney grounded to short. Adriana is going to be on deck here in the top of the first inning. And normally this is really unusual. We're batting in the top of the inning because normally, of course, we're the home team and batting in the bottom. But since this is a doubleheader, we switched it up, and we're going to be the visitor, and Rosman will be the home team. And again, we're looking for a win here in game number 2 of this doubleheader. Pitch in. There's a shot that's going to drop between the pitcher and second base. Second baseman has it on over to first. Not in time. So that's just basically an infield hit. Nobody could get to that ball by Taylor Schuler, who was really an odd angle hit over the pitcher and just fell between the shortstop and second baseman. They got to it, but they couldn't get the throw to first in time. We're going to call that an infield single unofficially here, as Adriana will step in now and hit with 2 out, 1 on in the top of the first inning. But boy, I tell you, that first game of the doubleheader, a long game, about a 2-hour ball game in 7 innings. Of course, when you put 23 runs across the plate in a 16-7 game, hey, that's a lot of batters that these pitchers had to face. Taylor Day is going to be pitching for us, and pitching this afternoon for Rosman in game 2 is Bree Cole, number 12 in the pitcher circle, a right-hander. And she already has 2 outs. That pitch just missing low for a ball to Adriana. Adriana on the season having a really good season, hitting .371. She had a couple of big hits in game 1 with an RBI, had a double and a single. Oh, big swing and a miss. Man, if she had connected on that one, we'd have seen some action to the fence. She took a home run cut on that pitch. But again, 2 out, 1 on Top of the first inning, just getting started here. This is the second game of our doubleheader broadcast. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3 and out 3 as well. We leave one stranded here on the top of the first, and we go to the bottom of the first. Rosman will be coming to bat. It's 0-0. We'll be back on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. 1/2 inning in the books here on the second game of this doubleheader now as Rosman is going to be batting in the bottom of the first inning. As we mentioned, a little flip-flop here as Rosman will be the home team here in game 2. Kind of unusual, but again, just trying to flip things around in game number 2 as our Lady Devils are hosting Rosman here at Swain County High School as the sun has gone down. And pitching here is going to be Taylor Day, as she is going to be in the circle here in game number 2. We've had a few changes here. For example, Alicia Green over in left field. Shanika Toster down at first base. Gabby Jones at shortstop. Briar Buchanan behind the plate. Briar is going to be catching here in game number 2. And also we have Adriana Kaler over at third. No change there. Taylor Schuler in right. Sydney Call over at second base. And Carrie Jones is going to be over in center field. There's an attempted bunt that's going to be, well, they're going to say it's going to be a call third strike. I thought it was a foul, but obviously not. And the ball gets through and on at first base for the Lady Tigers is going to be Gwen. So she is on first base here in the top of the second inning. We have no score, by the way. I've checked that bottom of the first inning. I'm already confused here with the home team, but they are the home team. As pitch a little outside from Taylor Day pitching here. And again, down at first base is Alicia Gwynn. Pitch in. And it's going to be in for a strike. Taylor, good right arm. Bree Cole now batting. She's the starting pitcher here in the game. Second game, a pass ball gets by, and it's going to be hustling on down to second base. Alicia Gwynn. And Alicia Gwynn, it's quite a story for her here this afternoon. In the first game, she was on 4 out of 5 times, and now she's on the first time in the second game. Bree Cole batting. Hannah Reese is coming up on deck. The windup and the throw. There's the bunt that's going to go foul on the third base side. But again, Taylor Day, 2-3 on the season with a 5.05 ERA and 32 strikeouts in those 5 games. In Smoky Mountain Conference play, Taylor is 2-1 with a 2.53 ERA and 27 strikeouts in just 3 games. That's right, that's 9 strikeouts a game in those 3 conference games. So obviously, you can tell Taylor has been bringing it in conference play this year. Got a runner on second. There's a swing and a miss, and that's going to be a strike 3. So getting one down here as Bree Cole goes down with a strikeout. Hannah Reese batting now with 1 on and 1 out. And again, the struggle in game 1 was, again, just getting Rosman out. They put a lot of people on base. We had a few errors. We had a couple of wild pitches, a couple of pass balls, and just had a tough time getting Rosman out here this afternoon. Let's see if that changes here in game 2. We have a different pitcher. We have a different catcher. Rest of the infield looks pretty much the same. Pitch in for a strike on the outside corner from Taylor Day. And this time in the outfield here in game number 2. Of course, over in right field as the pitch is in. There's a swing and a miss for a strike. Taylor Schuler in right field. So we'll check the rest of the outfield here in just a moment as the pitch getting ready to bring it. And that's going to be strike 3. That's going to be out 2. So 2 strikeouts already. Over in center field is going to be Carrie Jones this time for our Lady Devils. So Carrie Jones in center field, an outstanding defensive player. Pitch in for a strike with 2 out. And over in left field is going to be Alicia Green. Pitch in, ground ball, just foul on the third base side. But again, the infield basically the same. Gabby at short, over at third base. As always, is going to be Adriana Kaler. Down at second base is going to be number 20, Sydney Call, and Shani Catalster down at first base. Again, in the circle, Taylor Day doing a good job so far. One base runner on. Got a couple of outs. We need one more to make it a scoreless first inning for both teams. Pitch just outside. Or to quote the great Bob Uecker, just a bit outside. Here on a cool afternoon. Tuesday, the sun is down and the lights are on. Oh, that's a, did the batter come around? Are they going to say it's a strike or a ball? She started to go and then she held up at the last second. Hannah Reese batting now for Rosman. Foul ball. So a couple of strikeouts here in the first inning already for Taylor Day. So one thing about it, when you can strike people out, it just makes everybody's job easier. The infield, the outfield. Don't have to make those plays defensively. Of course, that's easier said than done. I know that's always the simplistic view is to strike them out. Ball gets through. That one, it's going to be a walk, but the runner from second advances to third. So Rosman now with runners at first and third. So the first walk given up by Taylor Day is Alex McNeely is going to be hitting now for the Lady Tigers of Rosman. And coming on is going to be Galloway to pinch run for Rosman. So Taylor Day checks out the defense, checks out the base runners, and then she'll step back in to get it going here with two out. Again, the lights are on. Going to be playing under the lights, pitch in for the strike. And the pinch runner now heads on down to second base. But again, if Rosman comes on to win the second game, that's really going to shake up the standings in the conference behind Hiawassee Dam. That pitch in for a strike. That would give Rosman on the season a record of 6-3 and drop our Lady Devils also with a record of 5-4. That would shake up the standings right to Sydney over at second base, and an easy play over there for Sydney Call at second base. So in the first inning, no runs scored as both teams trying to get it done here. It's 0-0 after one. Our Lady Devils coming to bat after this. Fans, we've played one inning, no score. Totally a different complexion on this game compared to the first game. In the first game of our doubleheader, we had 9 total runs in the first inning as Rosman scored 4. Our Lady Devils had 5. And that was our biggest inning of the ball game as we lost that first game 16-7. But that was then. This is now as the title of the book goes. And let's see if we can come out with a win here in game number 2. There's a big swing and a miss for our Lady Devils by Briar Buchanan. She's going to lead it off here. We had one hit there, an infield single in the top of the first inning. And yes, it was the top. We are the visiting team here in this second game. Another big swing and a miss. Tell you, Briar is serious at the plate. She is taking big cuts at it. Gabby Jones is going to be on deck, followed by Shani Catalster. By the way, Briar is behind the plate here in this second game. She's catching. Rest of the infield remains the same from first to third. Shani at first, of course. Sydney at second. Gabby at shortstop. And over at third base is our rock over there at third base. And we're talking about Adriana Kaler. And there's a big cut again, so a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Briar goes down swinging here. That's the second strikeout on the day for Bree Cole, pitching in the second game of the doubleheader for the Lady Tigers of Rosman. Hitting now is going to be Gabby Jones, who played shortstop and also came on to finish up the game in the pitcher circle for our Lady Devils in game 1. One thing about there's a big swing and a miss again by Gabby. We're coming up swinging. One thing about young ladies and guys as well in high school. I think they have a short memory span, and I say that to be as a compliment, because they can play a game, put it behind them, hopefully, and come right back and start over, because that's what you've got to do. I've heard Coach Larry Hunter at Western Carolina University say it time after time. Look, put the last play behind you, go on to the next play. If you miss the shot, go on to the next play. The next play is a new play. And the last game is old. You can't do a darn thing about it. You got to move on, and this is a whole new game. And that's the mindset you have to have. I know sometimes that's hard to do. And that's what coaches, I'm sure, that's what Coach Toby Burrell has told us girls between games. Look, that one is over. This is a new game. You got to come in with a whole new fire, a whole new attitude, and let's go win this one. Gabby Jones stepping back in now. Back in the batter's box with one out and nobody on. There's a shot over the shortstop has it. It kind of hung up. I thought it was going to be a well-hit ball, but it kind of died there off the bat of Gabby Jones for a little pop over to shortstop for 2 down now. And that's going to bring up Shani Catalster. Shani, one of our freshmen. And again, a very young team. 3 seniors, a couple of freshmen, and a bunch of sophomores. By the way, again, a big shout out to our camera people today, Joe Holt and a couple of juniors, Madison York and Brandon D. Hart, doing a good job on the cameras. High pop up, this one just out of play. So Shady will come back and try it again as she gets a word down to first base from Coach Amanda Carson. Coach Toby Burrell in the box over at third, trying to get a runner over there so he can send them home, I'm sure. So Bree Cole in the circle, right-hander, looking in for the signal and the windup, and just outside for a ball. Don't forget, fans, if you missed our first broadcast earlier this afternoon, our next game for the Lady Devils is going to be right here Friday, and it's going to be at home. And another conference game, so Cherokee here Friday. We hope you'll be here as well. Another key game that we plan to broadcast on May 5th, that's a big Tuesday game. League leader Hiawassee Dam is going to be here. And we'll be here broadcasting that game. They are undefeated. We hope they come in with a couple of losses, and we hope we can give them one more when they come in. But right now, they're the league leader. And right now, they have a 3-game lead on us. We're 5-3. Hiawassee Dam 7-0. Murphy 6-3. Now Rosman, after that first win in the first game, they're 5-3. Pitch high. So right now, our Lady Devils and Rosman are tied. Right now, technically, for third, Murphy is 6-3. But, of course, we don't know what Hiawassee Dam and Murphy are doing today. They might have got a loss. Who knows? There's a shot over second base, going to be in for a base hit. So Shani is on. We have prospects here. That is our second single of the day. Shani Catalster down at first base. On the season, Shani hitting .360, our freshman first baseman. And coming up is going to be Alicia Green. Alicia playing left field here in the second game. Alicia this season hitting .400. And a really good year at the plate. Pitch high for a ball. Shani jumps off first. This team very, very aggressive. Our Lady Devils like to run. We can run, and we're going to be doing a lot of that, I'm sure. I hope we have some running opportunities here in this game. I'm sure we will to get some runs across the plate. Aggressive base running. Swing and a miss for a strike. Throw down to first. Ooh. Shani just getting back. I tell you, they're not afraid to throw that throw down to first base when they're the only runner. We've seen that a couple of times. We saw it in Game 1. And we've already seen it here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. So if you hear us talking about Game 1, this is our second broadcast of the afternoon. We broadcast the first game if you missed that one here on the Maroon Devils Network, but here is Game 2. Pitch in, Alicia Green. Taylor Day, the pitcher, is going to be on deck. Alicia digs in, our left fielder here in Game 2. Bree with the windup outside for a ball. One difference in this second game, we're not looking directly into the sun, and I'm sure I'm sure Madison York behind this camera is happy about that. There's a high fly, right fielder under it, has it. We leave one stranded, but hey, we got a hit, but no runs. So we go to the bottom of the second inning now, 0-0. We've got more softball coming up. Rosman getting down to business at the plate here. Leading off for the Lady Tigers is going to be Kirsten Wisnett, as she will lead off here. Again, in the bottom of the second inning. They are the home team, so they're batting here in the bottom of the second inning. And Taylor Day pitching a good game. That one kind of wilding outside, gets by, but no damage done, as Rosman has nobody on base here with Wisnett. And then Krista Galloway and Adriana Barton is going to be batting here in the second inning. For the bottom half, no score between either team. Again, such a different game than we saw in the first game. She throws a bunt sign up there, but then backs off. So Wisnett takes the strike. Again, in the box is going to be Adriana Barton and Alicia Lewis coming up. And then we'll go back to the top of the lineup for Rosman with Alicia Gwynn. Pitch outside for a ball, but Taylor Day has been efficient so far. She has, of course, we had a drop third strike that allowed Gwynn to get on base, then 2 strikeouts, a walk. And other than that, she's been really efficient here. And that's a hit batter, as that one's no good, as Kirsten Wisnett gets on base, hit by a pitch. And that's the first one of those we've had today now in this our second game. As Rosman won that first game, in case you missed it, 16-7 over our Lady Devils now. Playing under the lights here in game 2 in the second game of this doubleheader. And batting now is Krista Galloway. Galloway is the opposing pitcher here in game 2. Adriana Barton is going to be on deck. So again, we've just seen a different atmosphere, different look, if you will. The first game started off with a barrage of runs, 9 runs in the first inning between the two teams. And so far, we're here in the second and not a single run. Matter of fact, I don't think we've had anybody reach third base yet. There's a high fly, left field, and it's dropped out there in left field. They throw to second, though, and get the lead runner. So I guess that's a good outcome of that particular play out there. Alicia just kind of let that one get away from her on the tip of her glove, but she was on the spot, picked it up, fired to second, and got it for the out. So Alicia Green, good recovery out there, and the out off the bat of Krista Galloway. Adriana Barton batting now. So Krista Galloway down at first base, as she got a little bit of a breather, even though the runner at second got thrown out. Pitch gets by, and there's Galloway heading on down to second base, makes the turn, and will hold at second with Barton at the plate and Alicia Lewis on deck for Rosman, under the direction of Coach Scott Limerick. Coming over to the Lady Devils home field here. They took game 1 16-7. Let's see if we can return the favor here in game 2 of this doubleheader. Ground ball to second base, on over to first base, and that's going to be the out with the runner advancing over to third. So Barton hitting into the easy grounder to second base, and Alicia Lewis now with a chance with 2 out, with a base hit to score the first run of the ball game. And then on deck is going to be Alicia Gwynn. Again, the most fortunate batter on the field today. She has been on base today, let's see, 5 out of 6 times at the plate. Talking about a healthy on-base percentage. She had 4 walks in game 1. And then she actually got on base because we dropped the third strike when she batted the first time around, and we couldn't make the throw down to first in time. So she has been one fortunate hitter today for Rosman. Swing and a miss. Big cut at it by Alicia Lewis, their starting center fielder. Cherokee coming to town on Friday. Be sure and be here for that game. After today, we have 5 conference games left. Pitch in for a ball. And I believe now, again, there have been some changes because of the weather, but we have Highlands, Hayesville, Hiawassee Dam, and Murphy, I believe it is, after today in conference play. There's a high pop-up, and that one's going to fall in for a foul. Everybody gets to come back, and everybody on the Maroon Devils side is glad that's a foul, because that would have dropped in for a hit otherwise. One of those hard-to-get-to balls that was just over first base, but too shallow for right field and too far for second base. One of those neck breakers, if you will, if you're a first baseman. You're trying to turn around and find the ball, and another foul ball. So this girl standing in there taking her hits, talking about Alicia Lewis. Bottom of the lineup here for Rosman. So now back in the circle, Taylor Day. So far pitching a good game. Got to run around third. Need to get the out here and avoid the run. Pitch in for a ball. As we talked about Taylor on the Smoky Mountain Conference season, 2-1 in conference play, 2.53 ERA, 27 strikeouts in her 3 conference games. The windup and the throw, ground ball to second base, on over to first base. There we go. Got the out, and the runner is stranded, so we have played 2, and it's 0-0. Lady Devils coming to bat in the top of the third after this timeout. Fans, welcome back. We've played 2 innings complete, and you're thinking, well, if we've played 2 complete innings, why are Lady Devils batting? That's because we're playing the visiting team here in the second game of our doubleheader here at Swain High, hosting the Lady Tigers of Rosman. In Game 1, Lady Tigers of Rosman won that one 16-7. But so far, totally different complexity in this second game. Not a single run has been scored in 2 innings. And in that first game, we did not go 2 innings without a run scored at all. We had 9 runs in the first, 5 runs in the second, none in the third, then 3 in the fourth. We had 4 runs in the fifth, 1 run in the sixth, and 2 runs in the seventh. We're talking about combined between the 2 teams. But a lot of runs scored in that first game, but not here in Game 2. The pitchers are putting their stamp on this game. We're talking about Bree Cole of Rosman and, of course, our Taylor Day for the Lady Devils here pitching in Game 2. And that tells you how much impact a pitcher can have on the game. Of course, I don't know if the temperature going down is making the batters cold or what, but anyway, I think the pitchers really have a lot to say about that. And there's one of the few walks we've had on the day. Our Lady Devils, that is. We just haven't had many on the base paths with a freebie. But Taylor Day is on with a walk, and we're going to have a pinch runner coming in. Coming in now is going to be, looks like Grace Cabe is going to come on as the pinch runner. Number 23 at first base. But I believe, according to my unofficial stats, that is the first walk given up by Rosman pitcher Bree Cole here today. We have given up 1 walk as well to Rosman here in the second game. Now, in the first game, we gave up several walks. I know at least probably 7 walks in Game 1. Not so here in Game 2. Bree Cole with a windup and the pitch in. There's a slap hit that's going to be foul. So coming back is Grace to first base, and back in the box, Carrie Jones, our leadoff batter, hitting .324 on the season. Grounded to second base her first time. She's playing center field here in game number 2. She was our starting pitcher in Game 1. Rosman's infield moving in. Third baseman moving close. There's an attempted bunt, pitch in the dirt, throw to second, going to be close, and the shortstop can't handle the throw. So good hustle as Grace Cabe rolls into second base with a stolen base. That's what we've talked about earlier. Our girls, Coach Toby Burrell, like to run. They're aggressive, and they run the bases well. Throw is just too high, really, coming out from behind home plate to really have a close shot at it, but Now stepping out of the box, Carrie Jones steps out momentarily, steps back in. And there's the bunt right down first base line. Perfect bunt to move the runner over. And so Grace goes to third. And Carrie Jones does her job as she grounds out to the pitcher. But again, advance the runner is the play. Small ball, if you will. Grace Cabe now at third base with only one out. And a chance for the go-ahead run. No runs at all here on the top of the third. And Sydney Call at the plate in her big .378 average, grounded to shortstop last time. And she steps out of the box for a second there. But again, the lights are on, and it's a cool evening here at Swain County High School. Pitch in the dirt, runner holds at third. Fortunately, the wind has calmed down as well. We had some really blustery wind earlier today, but it has calmed down, and those of us who are not dressed as well as we could be for this cool weather are happy about the no wind. Pitch in high for a ball. Grace holds at third, starting to go at any possibility. Now, the way this game is going right now, a couple of runs could be the difference in the ball game. Not so in game one, but this situation here in game two is a pitcher's duel. Oh, that one in the dirt. Here comes Grace from third, and she's going to score. And the Lady Devils take the early lead with a 1-0 run on the wild pitch. Now, we saw some of those in game one, but that's the first scenario that we've seen here in game two. So, again, Grace Cave doing a good job pitch running, and the Lady Devils take the first lead now, 1-0. And that's why it looks kind of weird on the scoreboard, because the guest, and we are the visiting team here, we lead 1-0, even though we're the home team here hosting. Pitch in for a strike from Bree Cole, doing a pretty good job here pitching in game two. Both pitchers, Bree Cole and Taylor Day, doing well. Pitch high, and this is going to be a ball from Bree, though. And that's going to be the second walk of the inning. So Sydney Call is on with a free pass. And again, that's the second walk issued by Bree Cole. And Taylor Schuler hitting .441 at the plate. Had an infield single last time. A little blooper right over the pitcher, and it got in that tough to make a play area right behind the pitcher's mound. Either shortstop or second baseman could make a play on it, and it worked out good for Taylor in her first trip to the plate. So now Sydney at first, a 1-0 Lady Devil lead. And right now just one out. Pitch high for a ball. Oh, the base runner got hung up between first and second, but a wild throw down to second was good news for Sydney Call. She started to go, then she stopped and then took off, and the throw coming in not even close. So Sydney down at second base. And a base hit could score her. Pitch in for a ball. All of a sudden, Bree Cole starting to struggle a little bit, having a pretty good early start here. But now she has issued 2 walks here in this inning. So is she starting to have a little bit of a control issue? Hard to tell. Ground ball, and it's going to be fair. Throw to first. It's going to be in time, but again, advance the runner to third base. And that's what Taylor Schuler did. So a good play behind the plate from the catcher on that bunt to make the play down at first base. 2 out now. 1-0 Lady Devil lead over Rosman here in game 2. Hitting now is going to be Adriana Kaler. Struck out her first time. Adriana hitting .371 on the season. But again, with 2 out, a base hit could give us a 2-0 lead with the runner at third. Swing and a miss. And again, our Lady Devils come out swinging. We are not bashful at the plate. Over at third base, Sydney Call getting ready to try to give us another run on the board. Ground ball to the pitcher may not happen here, though. Easy play over to first base. So we leave one stranded as we go to the bottom of the third. We get the go-ahead run, 1-0. We'll be back after this timeout. And so we come back to live action. We go to the bottom of the third inning with Rosman at the plate, and our Lady Devils, though, with a 1-0 lead. And now the scoreboard has changed. Now we just put Swain 1 and Guest 0. So, because I'm sure it was a little bit confusing because, again, we are the guest team. We're the visiting team here in the second game of the doubleheader, and Rosman is playing the home team. But we adjust the scoreboard so it says Swain 1, Guest 0. So our home fans are not confused when they look at the scoreboard. Ground ball to third, on over to first. Good play. Good job by the defense over there. Adriana, easy play over to Shaney, and that's out number 1. And that's the way we like to play Lady Devil defense here. Getting it done on the defensive side of the ball. We struggle with that a little bit in game number 1. Batting now for Brevard is going to, or check that, Rosman, I'm sorry, is going to be Bree Cole. So Bree Cole struck out her first time. And I tell you, there's a hard shot between first and second, but a good play over there. I tell you, on the spot, Sydney Call makes it look easy. That, to me, looked like it was well hit, but Sydney was over there in a hurry, and Bree Cole grounds out to second base. So, again, good defensive work by our Lady Devils here in this third inning. Already 2 quick outs, and stepping in now is going to be Hannah Reese, their starting shortstop, who struck out her last time. But again, getting Alicia Gwynn out with that grounder to third base. That is only the second time we've got her out all day today. There's a line shot, and there's another great play by Sydney Call, who is just so smooth defensively down at second base. 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the fourth inning. It's Lady Devils 1 and Rosman 0. We'll be right back. Bree Cole with the windup and the pitch, and just like that, a screaming shot into left field and a leadoff base hit as we get it done at the plate. And another big hit by Briar Buchanan here. That was a rocket going into left field, and Briar is down at first base to lead us off with a big single. Let's see if we can capitalize on that and add run number 2 and maybe some more here in the top of the fourth inning. We're in the top of the fourth. 1-0 ball game. We lead this one in a totally different situation. Earlier today, we played the first game of a doubleheader. We lost 16-7, runs everywhere. But here in the second game, we're already in the top of the fourth inning, only 1 run total. And we have it on our side of the ledger. So our Lady Devils trying to get some revenge for game 1. And a big hit by Briar Buchanan. Gabby Jones, our shortstop, hitting now with her .265 average. Shanika Tolster is going to be on deck. The windup and the throw. Pitch in for the strike from Bree Cole. Again, it was pitched a good game here in the second game. Of course, our Taylor Day has pitched a better game here in the second game. Oh, pitch in for another strike. This again, Gabby Jones looking at 2 quick strikes from the right arm of Bree Cole from Rosman. I called them Brevard a moment ago. They're from the same county, Transylvania County, but unfortunately 2 totally different schools and totally different conferences. Pitch in for a ball now to Gabby Jones. Rosman and Brevard High School. Our boys are playing over at Rosman today on the road. Pitch high, way high for a ball. Good job there behind the plate to pull that one in by Marissa Henson, the catcher for Rosman, but that's going to be ball 4. So 2 runners on here. So Gabby Jones, who popped out to the shortstop, gets on with a walk, and now it's going to be Shanika Tolster, who got on with a base hit last time. Shani hitting .360 this year. On deck is going to be Alicia Green and her .400 batting average. Pitch high for a ball. Gabby getting back over to first base. Good base running situation here for our Lady Devils. Swing and a miss for a strike. Over at third base this time in the coaching box is going to be, looks like Kayla Jones over there in third base. Amanda Carson over here in the box at first. Toby Burrell in the dugout here in game 2. Pitch in. Oh, that one's for a strike. So Shanika Tolster off-speed pitch for a strike. We have runners on first and second, though, with nobody out and a 1-0 lead. Cherokee will be here Friday. We hope you can come on down and watch the game. We hope it'll be a little warmer. It's been a chilly afternoon here. Pitch in high for a ball. And again, Bree Cole has given up a couple of walks here. Let's see if we can make some of those pay off here. Again, runners on first and second. Pitch in, Cole, foul ball. All the runners will stay put at first and second now. Briar Buchanan down at second. And Gabby Jones over at first base. For our Lady Devils, trying to stay ahead of these Rosman Lady Tigers here in the Smoky Mountain Conference standings. Right now, after the first game, we are tied. Both teams are 5-3. And there is call strike number 3. So again, Shaney going down with a strikeout and Alicia Green coming to the plate. Alicia flied out. Coach Toby Burrell having a word with the umpire behind home plate, asking for help apparently on whether or not that was a third strike, I think, on that last particular call. And I know Pepper Taylor, one of those, he's the man out there on the bases, the umpire this afternoon. That's just assisting the gentleman behind home plate. And so Coach Toby Burrell had a case to be made. So Shanika Tolster coming back in. Apparently that was not the third strike. Apparently that was only 2 strikes. So Pepper Taylor does come in, and he's doing a good job out there keeping the strikes on the base. There's a swing and a miss. And that should be strike 3. I was going to say that had to be strike 3 as Shaney took a big cut, and that was strike 3. So that one is strike 3. No argument there from anybody. So, but apparently the last one they called strike 3 was only strike 2. So swing and a miss now at the plate. Behind Shaney is Alicia Green, who is playing left field here in the second game, hitting .400 this season. Got runners on first and second now with 1 out. 1-0 Lady Devil lead. Ground ball that's going to stay fair. It is not going to roll foul. Play at first, not in time. Everybody's safe, and the bases are loaded. Alicia Green hustling down to first base, and that's going to bring up Taylor Day, our pitcher who got on with a walk last time, and she can really help her effort here with a base hit to score a couple of runs. Under the lights here. We haven't played a whole lot of games under the lights in softball here at Swain County High School, but we're under the lights, and it's a chilly night. Taylor at the plate. Pitch in, low for a ball. Bree Cole has pitched, thrown a lot of pitches here in game 2 already. As I mentioned, she has given up 1, 2, 3 walks already. And we're in the top of the 4th inning. There's a strike. Taylor Day hitting with Carrie Jones on deck. 1 out, bases loaded. Ball in play, could score a run. Base hit obviously probably could score 2. There's a big swing and a miss. Taylor going after it. Taylor digging back in now with 2 strikes and the bases loaded. 1 down. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3 for 2 out. So Taylor Day now will give way to Kerry Jones, hitting with 2 outs on the bases loaded. Kerry in 2 times is grounded to second and grounded to the pitcher here in game 2. And now the outfield really comes in close, trying to slow down any ball that might get through the infield. Kerry hitting .324 this season. Pitch in for a strike. On the year, Kerry with 6 RBIs and 14 runs scored and an on-base percentage of .419. The windup and the pitch just missing for a ball. Bree Cole for Rosman taking her time between pitches here. There's a ground ball in play to third base, play at home, and that's going to be the end of the inning and the out. So Rosman, some really good defense here, coming up with a big play at home plate to keep us to a 1-run lead as we lead Rosman 1-0. We'll be back with more softball after this. Taylor Day opens up the inning here with a strike. We're batting now on the bottom of the 4th inning. Rosman playing the home team here in game 2 of our doubleheader. And we lead 1-0 over the Lady Tigers. High pop foul, no play behind home plate. Back there near the concession stand, I saw Sharon Burrell working the concession stand between games. So I tell you, people do a lot of good work and wear a lot of hats here at Swain County High School. Pitch in, Taylor Day, and that's going to be a ball. 1-1 the count now. As Rosman batting in the bottom of the 4th inning, we're already halfway gone here in game 2 of this doubleheader. Digging in and taking a ball for the Lady Tigers is Marissa Henson, who got out with a walk last time. She is behind the plate this afternoon in game 2. The windup by Taylor. Well hit ball into right field. This one's going to be dropping in for a solid base hit by Henson. And there haven't been a whole lot of those. As a matter of fact, looking at the unofficial stats here, that might be the first real hit by Rosman here in game 2. And again, my stats are obviously unofficial, but that's the first actual hit that I have for them now, as Alex McNeely will step in. Number 5 playing position, number 5. Number 5 playing third base for Rosman. On deck is going to be Kirsten Wisnett. But Rosman with the base runner on, who puts on a jacket herself. It is getting cooler by the minute as the sun has gone down. Pitch gets by. Runner goes to second. The tying run at second base now for the Lady Tigers. So now let's see if we can strand at that runner on the base paths here with nobody out in the bottom of the 4th inning. We're holding on to a 1-0 lead, trying to even the series here in this doubleheader with a win in game 2. Taylor Day with a windup. And the attempted bunt. They show bunt. Nobody goes. The runner started at second. Everybody was ready, but our defense really came on. The shortstop took off to third. Third baseman charging, and center fielder coming in to back up second base. Everybody in place, doing their job. Pitch in the dirt. Everybody still stays. Good block there behind the plate. Briar Buchanan back there catching here in game 2. Our Lady Devils still talking it up out there on defense, calling out the signals that, hey, we have no out. Runner at second. And now Coach Toby Burrell wants to come on and talk to his infield and pitcher Taylor Day to make sure everybody's on the same page and make sure the ball goes to the correct place depending on where the ball goes in the infield defensively. And also to make sure the pitcher and catcher are on the same page with their with their pitch calls and so forth. But a really close game here. 1-0. As we mentioned, we're in the bottom of the fourth inning already. And by this time in game one, when we were in the bottom of the fourth, Rosman had a 9-7 lead in game one. So Coach Burrell heading back to the dugout. All the girls a couple of final words and little encouragement for each other, if you will, out there trying to keep the momentum high and keep it going here. Pitch in for a ball. Everybody again covering the right spots as they keep showing the bunt attempt, but so far nothing with the bat on the ball here. McNeely trying to make it happen, shows bunt again, and this one's going to be a strike. And the runner stays at second again. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if McNeely has swung at one yet, but she's trying. Digs back in. Runner at second. Pitch low. Everybody stays. On deck is going to be Krista Galloway. Galloway, the starting pitcher for Rosman. Wow, still the runner holds at second base after the pitch. Wisnett trying to make every pitch count here. Now she digs back in. Swing and a miss, and that grounded a short onto third, gets the lead runner, almost a double play over at first base, but great defensive play over there by Gabby to knock that ball down. That ball was hit really hard, but she grabbed it, flipped it on over to third base to Adriana, and a good play at third base to get the lead runner. So getting the job done now, one out. Here we go, runners at first and second now. Wisnett down at first base. Krista Galloway, fly to left field her first time. Adriana Barton is going to be on deck for the Lady Tigers in their gray, black, and orange. Foul ball, no play. But again, a base hit would tie this one up. It's 1-0 Lady Devils in the lead. The pitcher's really doing a good job here in game two, but now Rosman threatening with base runners here in the fourth inning. This game, of course, scheduled for 7. Outfielders playing back right now for the Lady Devils defensively, and infield is pretty deep. Pitch in for a strike. Taylor Day with a good pitch. And that is strike 3, 2 out now. So that was a huge pitch as it's going to bring Barton to the plate now. So 2 outs with 2 on, and Barton grounded to second in her first time at the plate. So now the defense trying to get out number 3 after that strikeout. Pitch in for a strike. Taylor with the strike in. Don't forget now, Cherokee will be here Friday afternoon in Lady Devil softball. We see Teddy Green down there on the ladder. There's a high pop. This one could be played. Oh, and it's going to be dropped. And was it touched in play? I believe it was. Oh, that was a tough defensive blunder for our Lady Devils because the run scored. And I believe that ball was touched in fair territory, which I don't see any challenges anywhere, so I'm afraid that one may count. So, wow, that was a tough one. The catcher, the first baseman, and the pitcher all came on to try to make a play on it, and nobody came up with it. And let's see if that holds. Well, maybe not. Maybe not, fans. So, apparently the run will not hold. Everything goes back to the way it is. And digging in is Barton again. There's a shot, and this one is going to count as a base hit. The throw is going to be coming home, and it's not going to be in time. And we have a tie ball game with runners at second and third. Big hit by Barton with a big RBI. And that ties it up at 1-1. So Barton with a big shot into right field, just a clean base hit. And then the throw came home, and she advances to second on the throw. And Rosman now with 2 outs, still runners at second and third. So the Lady Tiger is still swinging a pretty mean bat here. And now the Rosman coach wants a timeout. Not sure what that is about. He might want a pinch runner coming in. And Joe Holt, you're exactly right, as he's going to bring on a pinch runner now. Coming on to run for Kirsten Wisnett is going to be number 16 off the bench now for the Lady Tigers. And that's going to be Carly Batson. So she comes on to pinch run. They're trying to get every edge here in this 1-1 ball game. Every little difference can be so big, as Alicia Lewis will dig back in now. Alicia, the starting center fielder, with a golden opportunity for Rosman. A base hit could potentially score 2 runs in this 1-1 game in the bottom of the 4th inning. On deck is going to be top of the lineup, and Alicia Ginn, who has been on a bunch today. Pitch in for a strike. Taylor Day still throwing strikes. Unofficially on the day, she has given up only 1 walk on the day. So she's had a solid game here. Only 1 run on the scoreboard. But again, 2 runners on here. There's a well-hit ball into center field. Going back with a big catch out there in center field. Wow, hanging on to that is Carrie Jones. And boy, that could have been disastrous. Carrie Jones got it at the last second, leaving 2 on base. And we go to the 5th inning with a game tied at 1-1. We'll be right back. Fans, welcome back. We go to the 5th inning now. We've got a dandy here, 1-1 ball game, and leading off here on the top of the 5th inning for our Lady Devils is going to be Sydney Call, who is grounded to shortstop and walked in 2 times. Sydney, our starting second baseman and really a good defensive player, is having a good season at the plate as well, hitting .378 this year. She'll be followed by Taylor Schuler and Adriana Kaler here on the top of the 5th inning. There's another foul ball out of play. This one all the way over on the baseball field this time. And in case you're wondering, yes, we are the visiting team here on this second game of the doubleheader. That's why we're hitting in the top of the inning as opposed to the home team, which bats in the bottom. Bree Cole still throwing in the circle for Rosman, pitching a pretty good game, obviously. Only 1 run on our side of the scoreboard. As Taylor, or Sydney rather, hangs in there and tries to work her way on base. Another foul ball. This one could be in play, but nope, first baseman can't quite get there. Under the lights here tonight at Swain County High School, an unusual game under the lights. We're playing 2 today. We broadcast the first game. Now we're in the middle of game 2. Under the lights here, we don't get a chance to play many games at night for these girls, getting some nighttime experience. The windup and the throw, pitch in, just missing for a ball. Wow, that was close. I don't think the pitcher for Rosman liked that call at all. Bree Cole stalking back to the circle, not happy. Ground ball by second base. That's a clean base hit. Starting off the inning with a bang is Sydney Call. Base hit to lead us off here. Taylor Schuler with a .441 average, which leads the team. Adriana Kaler coming up following Taylor. And 2 times here in game 2, Taylor with an infield single and grounded to the catcher in 2 trips. There's a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Throw to first base in time. Advances the runner, though. And the small ball pays off as Taylor Schuler advances the runner. So now down at second is Sidney Call with a go-ahead run with one out here on the top of the fifth inning. And Adriana, who has struck out and grounded to the pitcher in 2 times, at the plate. Pitch in for a strike. Both pitchers still throwing some pretty good heat. I mean, they're doing a good job. We're seeing a really, really good pitching matchup here in game 2. Foul ball out of play. Remember, Cherokee will be here Friday afternoon. We hope you can come down and catch some softball. And again, we're running down in the season here following Cherokee according to the schedule I have, which is unofficial. We still have Highlands on the road. We have Hayesville away. We have Murphy away. Throw down to first and second. Oh, safe at second. Again, Adriana got out at first base, but down at second. Boy, close down there as well. So again, after today, according to the unofficial schedule, we only have 2 more home games. Cherokee this Friday, and then coming up on May the 5th on a Tuesday, it's going to be Hiawassee Dam, the league leader in the Smoky Mountain Conference right now. So coming up to bat now, let's see if we can bring this runner around. Looks like first pitch is going to be in for a ball, as batting now is going to be Breyer. No check, yes, Breyer Buchanan hitting with her .222 average, a strikeout and a base hit in 2 times. So Breyer, one of our singles in this game 2 of the doubleheader. Breyer playing behind the plate here defensively in game 2. 2 outs. Need at least a base hit to get this runner in. Sidney Call down at second base. Bree Cole with a windup. Oh, guns at Byers, so big strike, but again, a big cut as well. Breyer taking a big swing at it. Our girls have been aggressive at the plate today. Pitch in, just missing for a ball. Throw down to third. It's going to be close, but safe. Down at third base, again, aggressive base running, Sidney Call. In scoring position here in this 1-1 game in the top of the 5th inning. Boy, a totally different complexity to this game than we saw in the first game, and it was a hitters duel. 16-7 ball game. Now it's a 1-1 game. High pop could be caught. First baseman has it. And that's going to strand our runner at third as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's still tied, fans, 1-1. We'll be right back. Fans, we're in the bottom of the 5th inning in the second game of this doubleheader in Lady Devil softball. On the top of the lineup hitting for Rosman as Alicia Gwynn steps in. Alicia has been a tough out today. She got on base 4 out of 5 times in game 1 and has been on base once here in this game 2. There's a slap hit to third base. On over to first. Easy out number 1, though. Good defense over there. Adriana fires on over to Shaney for a quick out number 1 here. As Gwynn has grounded out to third base twice now. Adriana has gunned her down 2 times. Batting now is going to be Bree Cole, again the starting pitcher for Rosman this afternoon in game 2. Doing a good job, giving us only 1 run so far. Hannah Reese is going to be on deck for the Lady Tigers in their gray, orange, and black. Our Lady Devils, of course, looking really sharp in maroon and white. And well, I tell you what, I'm sure a lot of those girls wish they had some sleeves out there today because it is chilly. Ground ball to the shortstop, on over to first. Easy out number 2. Good stretch over there by Shaney. She really had to stretch after that one, but 2 quick outs here as Bree Cole grounds out to shortstop. And again, I tell you, Gabby can really gun it. Our shortstop, she has a pretty good arm over there. She gets it over to first without a whole lot of trouble and gets it there in a hurry. So now Hannah Reese is batting. Pitch in for a strike. 2 out here, bottom of the 5th inning at a 1-1 ball game. 2 innings left after we get one more batter here in the 5th inning. And wow, who knows what's coming up. This has been a tight one. Smoky Mountain Conference softball can be that way. We've seen a lot of great softball over the years, no matter who the opponent is, especially between Swain and Murphy. Hiawassee Dam right now the team to beat in the Smoky Mountain Conference. Hayesville has had good teams at times. We have seen some interesting games. But this one of the tighter ones we've seen in quite a while. Pitch outside for a ball. Taylor Day doing a good job in the circle for our Lady Devils here this afternoon. Coming into this game 2-1 in conference play. Pitching with a 2.53 ERA and 27 strikeouts. And she's doing a good job here tonight. Now Reese digs back in. Pop up. Is it going to be caught? Yes, the catcher has it. 1-2-3 inning. So we go to the top of the 6th inning. And it's still 1-1. Fans hang in there. We're cold and it's chilly, but we got some good softball coming up. We'll be back after this. Fans, welcome back. We go to the top of the 6th inning in this real tight one here in the second game of our doubleheader. Our Lady Devils at the plate. Gabby Jones will lead us off here in the top of the 6th inning. Again, we're hitting in the top of the inning as we are the visiting team here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. There's a foul ball off the bat of Gabby. On deck is going to be Shani Catalster and Alicia Green. If you missed Game 1, we lost a tough one, 16-7. A lot of runs in that ball game, but not the case here. Totally different. 1-1 tie on the top of the 6th. Gabby Jones has popped a shortstop and walked in 2 times on the season, hitting .265 and a really solid player at shortstop. A lot of talking out there. The girls still talking it up here. A lot of enthusiasm here on a chilly Tuesday night. Temperature, once that sun went down, the temperature going down with it. And I know all our camera people, Joe Holt and Madison York right beside me and Brandon D. Hart, our teeth are chattering at times, and we didn't really come dressed for this kind of weather. There's ball 4, and on the easy way it's going to be Gabby Jones. So, hey, this could be the go-ahead run. Gabby has walked 2 times in a row now. And Shani Catalster coming to bat. Shani has a base hit and a strikeout. You know, looking at it officially, we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 hits according to my unofficial stats here. And Rosman has even less. I think they only have 2 official hits according to my less than ideal stats. I try to keep them as we go, but according to my stats, we have 4 hits, they have 2, but it's a 1-1 tie. That's the only stat that really matters, is the one on the scoreboard. But again, both pitchers doing a good job. Bree Cole still firing for Rosman. Pitch high. And down at first base, Gabby Jones almost daring them to throw. Gabby can run. Our whole team is pretty good at running. We run the bases. Now if we can just get Gabby moved around. Shani digs back in, hitting .360 on the year. Shani, a good hitter. Pitch high. Boy, I tell you, Bree, a couple of times almost letting those get away. But the catcher back there, Marissa Henson, going up high to pull him in, or Gabby's heading to second. High pop-up. Could be a tough play, could be an easy play. First baseman has it. That's going to be out 1. So those high pop-ups in the lights here. We did see one fly ball that was lost in the sun earlier today. The sun looking right into the player's eyes in the outfield, but the sun is down, but the lights are out, and sometimes that can be a problem for balls that are really hit high up into the lights like that. But There's another one. Another high pop-up. And again, the first baseman there. She has this one, 2 in a row. 2 quick outs. So just that quick after we get a base runner, all of a sudden we have 2 outs on 2 pop-ups down at first base. That was Alicia Green with that last pop-up. And now Taylor Day is going to be hitting. Taylor on the day has had a walk and a strikeout and 2 times. Top of the 6th, 1-1. Runner on first. Let's see if we can move Gabby around. She starts to take off and holds up. Their catcher has a pretty good arm. Talking about Marissa Henson back there behind the plate. She can throw it. A little bit wild at times, but she can get it down there. If Gabby takes off to second base. Swing and a miss for a strike. She fires behind the runner this time at first, and it was behind the runner, so Gabby is okay. So again, they're not afraid to throw. The catcher for Rosman. As we mentioned in the conference standings coming into the game, our Lady Devils were 5-2. Rosman was 4-3. There's a foul ball, but after the first game, our Lady Devils now 5-3. Rosman also 5-3. Hiawassee Dam 7-0 coming into today's play. Murphy at 6-3. Cherokee at 3-4. Andrews at 3-6. Robbinsville and Hayesville both 1-6. Pitch low for a ball. Gabby hanging in at first. Or Teddy Green, by the way, back on the job. Went and got a ladder and shooting pictures from the fence over at first base. Pitch gets by, and Gabby Jones, as we knew, she takes off down to second base without any trouble at all on that pass ball. All right, Coach Toby Burrell giving the instructions over at third base now. Gabby, I'm sure, will take off at any opportunity. Pitch in, strike. And that's going to be strike 3 and out 3, so we leave one stranded again. And man, oh man, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. We're still tied at 1-1. This one going right down to the wire. Stay with us. We'll be back after this. Fans, welcome back. Here we go to the bottom of the 6th inning in this 1-1 tie ball game. Both teams looking for something to give them that edge that will win game number 2 here. It's been a tough one from the first inning on. As now digging in the Rosman Tigers, and their number 32, Marissa Henson, their starting catcher, takes a strike. Taylor Day has pitched the whole way here in game 2, a real pitching gem, giving up only a couple of hits according to our stats here. And only 1 run on the scoreboard, but it's a 1-1 tie. Again, Rosman hitting in the bottom of the inning, hitter in the bottom of the 6th, pitch high, gets by, nothing hurt on that one. Our boys playing at Rosman today, and baseball normally we have a baseball game nearby we can track, but they're playing on the road today over at Rosman. The windup and the pitch, there's a foul ball. By the way, we had somebody wonder on Facebook earlier, and we found out from Swain High Principal Mark Sale about some things. Swain High graduation is June 6th, and the last day of school is June 1st. June 1st will be 1/2 day. So there you go. We saw somebody looking for that information. We wanted to pass that along. Another foul ball out of play. So graduation here at Swain High, which, we have been so blessed with good weather where we have the graduation outside up at the Swain County Memorial Stadium. That's going to be on June 6th. And again, the last day of school will be 1/2 day on the first day of June. So if you didn't know, we wanted to pass on that information about a school year that is slowly winding down. Pitch high. Got away from Taylor a little bit on that one. Talking about winding down, our softball season winding down. Only 5 conference games left after this game, only 2 at home. We have Cherokee here Friday. We hope you'll come on out. And then May 5th on a Tuesday, league leader Hiawassee Dam. undefeated at last check. There's a high fly. This one a mile high. And coming on with a good catch over in right field. Getting it done over there, Taylor Schuler. That one up in the lights. And our girls don't play a whole lot in the lights. So this is a little different when you have to look up there and try to find a ball in the lights. But a good job by Taylor to pull that one in. One down. One out for the Lady Tigers as Henson hit that high fly. Alex McNeely now hitting. Pitch in for a strike. On deck is going to be Kirsten Wisnett as McNeely takes her cuts at the plate with one out and nobody on and a 1-1 ball game. Taylor Day, big windup. There's a hard shot. This one's going to be in for a base hit. And tracking it down is going to be Taylor Schuler. Gets it on back into second base. In there with a stand-up double is Alex McNeely, their biggest hit of this second game now. They had a couple of singles before that one, but a stand-up double giving Rosman the go-ahead run here on the bottom of the sixth inning. As Wisnett, who has been hit by a pitch and hit into a force play and 2 trips at the plate. A base hit. Again, really big. This game has been a game of, you've heard that old saying, game of inches, but we had a base runner on at third last inning. Now they have a base runner on second. One little hit can win this ball game, especially at this stage. Pitch in, and we went through this last time Wisnett was at the plate. I think we threw about 1 million pitches, and and she attempted bunt, I think, in just about every one of them, or looked like she was going to, and then backed off, and she did it again there. That one's a call strike. I'm not sure if she's serious about hitting or just wants to see what the pitcher is going to throw. So Taylor Day has been serious about pitching. She winds up, guns it right by her. Big swing and a miss as Wisnett was going after that one. 2 strikes now with 1 out and the runner on second. Wisnett holding her hand up now, digging back in, and here we go. Taylor Day with a windup and a pitch high. This one's going to send the runner to third base. That one definitely a wild pitch. And the runner advances with 1 out. Wisnett hitting, and Krista Galloway is going to be on deck now. Will the ball in the infield bring the runner from third? Let's see what happens here with Rosman. There's a ground ball to second base. Throw is going to be home, not in time. Run scores easily, and the Lady Tigers take the first lead here. And hustling on down to second base is going to be Wisnett. So a big play and a big run now for the Lady Tigers as they lead it by a score of 2-1. So again, the ball in play and the run scores. And now Krista Galloway at the plate with still a runner at second base as Wisnett gets down to second on the play. Pitch high and away for a ball. Man, this is a close one here. And our Lady Devils will be batting in the 7th inning now, our last chance at bat. This is the bottom of the 6th. We will be batting in the top of the inning in the 7th. To try to pull this one out. Pitch in for a strike from Taylor Day, who has done a really good job pitching. We would hate to see her lose this one. It's been she has pitched well. Pitch in, there's a foul ball, no play on the first base side. Shaney tracks it down. But hope to have more baseball possibilities in broadcasting. And also, we hope to be here May 5th to broadcast the Hiawassee Dam Swain softball game. We would love, of course, to take that perfect 7-0 record away from Hiawassee Dam unless they lose between now and then, which is always possible. You just never know. Pitch in, ground ball, hard to third, on to first. Shaney pulls up the throw, and that's going to be out number 2. The runner advances to second. Good play over there at third base by Taylor Schuler, and a good one-hop catch by Shaney. 2 down now, as Barton will come back to the plate for Rosman. The runner moves to third. A 2-1 game. Let's see if we can get the out here and then come up with a couple of runs. An hour top of the 7th inning. Taylor with a windup. Pitch in for a strike. Taylor has been throwing some strikes. Again, Galloway digging in. Galloway flew to left field. Strikeout and a grounder to third base in 3 trips. Pitch in, just missing for a ball. Again, that runner at third base. Rosman with a go-ahead run here in the 6th for a 2-1 lead. Pitch a little outside for a ball. But this has been a pitcher's game here, as you can tell, with a total of 3 runs on the board in 6 innings now. Ground ball, third base. Adriana pulls it up, fires on to first. Oh, Shaney couldn't hang on. And that run will score, and that run will count. And that one hurts. Thought we got out of the inning. We did not. So the throw was a little wide. Shaney couldn't come up with it, and the run scores. It's now a 3-1 lead, and still just 2 outs. So a tough break there on a screamer down to third base. Rosman now with Alicia Lewis at the plate. Our Lady Devils struggling to get out of this inning for a strike. Again, Taylor Day is working hard out there to get us out of this inning. We came into the inning with a 1-1 tie, and now 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th, giving Rosman a 3-1 lead. Ground ball to second base. Oh, we can't come up with a play. And all of a sudden, our Lady Devils struggling now in the infield. Just could not come up with that one. Sydney Call knocked it down, but the runners are going to be safe. So here we go with the top of the lineup now. And this is a tough out, as Alicia Gwynn will be hitting with runners at first and second. And a call strike. She is a slap hitter, so you're going to see a lot of people moving if she tries to slap hit it. Of course, we have 2 outs. We don't need to worry about any base runners. If we just need to get the batter out here and get out of the inning. Pitch in for a ball. Runners, of course, threatening to go on every pitch. In this game, Gwynn has been awarded first base on a drop third strike, had a grounder to third twice. So she's only been on base once here, as opposed to 4 times in game 1 of this doubleheader. Taylor Day with a big windup and low for a ball. Pitch in, another ball coming in. And now the bases are loaded, so that is a walk awarded to Gwynn. And again, Gwynn has been doing that all day to us. That's the 5th walk she has come up with here in 2 ball games. Really just almost a crazy stat. Bree Cole, the opposing pitcher, hitting now. She has struck out, grounded to second base, and grounded to the shortstop in her 3 trips. And now, of course, any play at any base with the out to get out of this inning in a 3-1 Rosman lead. So any kind of a play in the infield. Pitch, oh, ball got by the catcher, but hustling back there. Just trying to get that ball in play. Of course, Briar Buchanan behind the plate. Hustling back there to keep that runner at third. Foul ball out of play. over on those empty bleachers over on the baseball side of things. So now Taylor Day hanging in there, trying to finish the inning and allow us to get there and the top of the seventh inning. See if we can pull this one out here. Rosman winning game one, 16-7, and now they lead game two, 3-1. Ground ball right back to Taylor on over to first. This is going to end the inning. So Rosman leaves the bases loaded. We go to the top of the seventh inning. Our Lady Devils have 3 outs to try to pull this one out. But right now, Rosman leads 3-1. We'll be right back. Fans, welcome back. We're to the final inning, the seventh inning, and we have a 3-1 Rosman lead. Our Lady Devils are going to have the top of the order here to try to tie this one and possibly go ahead here in the seventh inning. We're batting in the top of the inning because, as we've said many times, we are the visiting team here in the second game of this doubleheader. And the pitch is going to be in for a ball. Carrie Jones, Sydney Call, and Taylor Schuler batting 1, 2, 3 for our Lady Devils here. And between them, they have, looks like a couple of hits here in this second game of the doubleheader. But both pitchers have been doing a good job. Pitch in for a ball. But now Bree Cole has issued a few walks here in this second game. Will she do that here in the big seventh inning? We obviously need 2 to tie to stay alive, but let's see what happens with our Lady Devils. Carrie Jones hitting .324 this year. Pitch in for a strike. Yeah, the first game between the two teams, we saw 23 runs. Here in the second game, we have 4 runs total. Pitch for a ball. There's the first walk here as Carrie Jones is on the base pass. So Carrie on with a walk. Sydney Call coming to bat. Sydney in 3 times has grounded to short, walked, and had a single. So, again, we have been getting some people on base. We just haven't been able to get them across the plate here in game 2 with only 1 run. Ground ball to second base, on to second, and that's going to get the lead runner. So the forced play at second base on the grounder from Sydney Call. So 1 out. Taylor Schuler batting now. Taylor had an infield single, has grounded out a couple of times since then. So Taylor, but a big batting average of .441. Of course, a big swat across the fence, a 2-run homer would just tie things up beautifully here. Taylor Schuler batting, and Adriana is going to be on deck, and Briar Buchanan following her here in the 7th inning. 1 out now, 3-1 Rosman. Pitch in. There's a little shot to third, on to first, and the ball game is over. That was a double play. The third baseman caught that one in the air. The runner was off the bag at first, and fans, this game is over. Rosman wins it by a score of 3-1, and that's going to wind up our broadcasting efforts here tonight as Rosman takes both games of a doubleheader, 16-7 and 3-1. And in the Smoky Mountain Conference standings, our Lady Devils now will be 5-4, tied with the as a matter of fact, Rosman moves ahead. They are now 6-3 in Smoky Mountain Conference play. But again, thanks to our camera work today, Joe Holt here doing a good job with Madison York and Brandon D. Hart. And until next time, Gary Ayers saying so long from the Maroon Devils Network.